Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, June 5th, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 704 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. 5.3 magnitude earthquake rattles Southern California, felt in cities over 90 miles away. What cops say happened during a Maserati chase on I-95 in Miami-Dade and Broward. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez endorses Maya Wiley for New York mayor. In Trump's shadow, Gaz, Kemp draws boos from GOP faithful. The Taliban are mega rich, here's where they get the money they use to wage war in Afghanistan. Leaked letter reveals allegations that Southern Baptist leaders mishandled sex abuse claims. General Hospital star undergoes brain surgery to remove cyst that split in two. A homeless woman in Oregon died while more than $800,000 of inheritance funds remained in a state bank, report says. Muslim woman says she was denied an exit row seat aboard a Southwest Airlines flight because of her hijab. D-Day succeeded thanks to an ingenious design called the Mulberry Harbors. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Film and TV actress Lisa Baines in critical condition from NYC hit-and-run accident, Deadline. 2021 Belmont Stakes date, horses, predictions, odds, expert who nailed prep races reveals best bets, picks, CBS Sports. New York Times, Trump's chief of staff Mark Meadows pushed Department of Justice to investigate baseless election fraud claims, CNN. California's assault weapons ban overturned as federal judge compares AR-15 to a Swiss Army knife, The Washington Post. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson optimistic about space exploration as commercial, government efforts collide, Fox News. Nintendo's unreleased Switch Pro price might have just leaked from a retailer, Yahoo Entertainment. Moving in with Ben, Jennifer Lopez tours school in Los Angeles, page 6. Legion official resigns over censored Memorial Day speech, Fox News. Thousands descend on Miami to glorify Bitcoin, The New York Times. Fisher-Price baby soothers and gliders recalled after 4 infant deaths, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Natalia Bryant wears inspiring Kobe quote on her high school graduation cap. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez endorses Maya Wiley for New York City mayor. New, and very cute, chocolate frog species identified by scientists. 31 million now covered through Obamacare, highest figure ever. Biden moves to restore endangered species protections eroded by Trump. Justice Department says it will no longer seize reporters' records. Chrissy Teigen leaves Never Have I Ever amid bullying scandal. G7 nations sign pact to make corporations pay fairer taxes. 3,000 eggs abandoned after drone crashes into nesting island, scares off birds. My friends and I are going to live in a Golden Girls style situation after we retire. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Friend raises $15K for men's college debt. NY plans to relax school mask mandate. Family calls for feds to investigate jail death. Woman mistaken for burglar and shot by son-in-law. Drug dealer turns life around with help of judge. Families of men killed by police demand change. WI Democrats gear up for 2021 virtual convention. Brothers raise money for first responders. Crash survivor service dog in need of surgery after hit and run. Former teacher invites students to wedding. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Thousands descend on Miami to glorify Bitcoin. COVID Hive updates, Florida opts to halt daily virus reports. What to know about the 153rd Belmont Stakes. At once diminished and dominating, Trump prepares for his next act. School district agrees to pay $3 million after a bully boy, 8, killed himself. Meet the people who make New York City's summer hustle happen. At the French Open, Serena Williams moves to the fourth round. As life slowed down, they got creative. Hotel Rwanda dissident denied food and medicine in prison, family says. Biden White House disavows knowledge of gag order in leak case. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Twitter declares access to its platform a human right amid censorship of conservatives. Iran loses voting rights at UN after failing to pay dues. New Orleans man shoots and kills suspected home invader in French Quarter. Biden Department of Justice backtracks on subpoena for USA Today readers' IP addresses. Biden calls systemic racism one of the great crises of our time. Rand Paul says family has received death threats over Fauci criticism. Former NFL star Greg Olson's heartfelt message to Angel donor who gave 8-year-old son a chance at life. Jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. to miss Belmont Stakes after being tossed by horse, trampled by another. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson optimistic about space exploration as commercial, government efforts collide. AOC endorses progressive Maya Wiley in New York City mayoral contest. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, June 5th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Is Dogecoin a good investment? Expert suggests avoiding controversial cryptocurrency market. Belmont Stakes 2021 preview, can Rombauer repeat against a tough field? Time never waits, father of Titus Akins, teen killed in murder-suicide, says he sought to reconnect with son. Child tax credit, when monthly checks start and other important info. Proud gay dad of 3 amasses 250,000 followers on TikTok with relatable family videos. Stream the memorial tournament. Kennedy Center honors, star-studded group of performers set to salute this year's honorees on June 6 on CBS. Floyd Mayweather vs. Logan Paul, how to watch, stream bragging rights pay-per-view. Stimulus check latest, will you get a fourth relief payment? Family game night, keeping the family together and entertained as the country returns to normal. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. PMs have the toughest job in Britain, it's a travesty that we pay them little, writes Andrew Roberts. Actress Lisa Baines, 65, is fighting for life after she was mowed down by a hit-and-run scooter. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are demoted on royal family website. Jasmine Harten was refused bail for political reasons to calm the public. Bullets found where Jasmine Harten shot policeman convinced prosecutors it was accidental. Downing Street fears blackmail by Gavin Williamson as he faces demotion or the sack. Meghan Markle dedicates her new children's book The Bench to Prince Harry and Archie. Princess Charlene of Monaco puts on a united front in family Instagram. Police chief allegedly shot dead by socialite Jasmine Harten was drunk on the day he died. Socialite Jasmine Harten's dramatic account of what really happened on the moonlit pier in Belize. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. D-Day spirit of remembrance lives on, despite the pandemic. As Greece installs sound cannons on border, Denmark passes law allowing asylum seekers to be sent overseas. Cambodia Zero Rat, Maguire, is retiring after sniffing out landmines for 5 years. Putin's daughter steps into the spotlight, but no one will acknowledge she's Putin's daughter. Harris heads to Guatemala, Mexico to address migration and manage expectations for quick results. Yemen officials say Houthi rebel missile hits city, kills 17. Nicaragua detains yet another opposition politician. Young Chinese take a stand against pressures of modern life by lying down. Tourists are back in Rome, including some with American accents. Naftali Bennett, set to be Israel's next leader, represents a break with its more secular past. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live news, Belgium to vaccinate 16 and 17-year-olds next month, Italy gives 600,000 jabs in a day. Vaccines appear to have broken the chain between COVID and serious illness. Naomi Wolf banned from Twitter for spreading vaccine myths. Protests erupt in Minneapolis over man fatally shot by deputies. Chasing lightning, a photographer's pursuit of the elements, in pictures. The case in courtroom 18D, Ben Robert Smith defamation case set for momentous 12-week trial. Disgusting slap in the face, California governor slams judge's assault rifles ban overturned. Ernesto Valverde, football has become this thing we all live off, it's a show. Battling Nori unable to derail the Nadal French Open juggernaut. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. U.S. judge overturns California's ban on assault weapons. Challengers unseat third Exxon board member in climate fight. In Trump's shadow, Georgia's camp draws boos from GOP faithful. Teens charged in Baltimore shooting of Israeli man. Police K-9 killed, 2 officers injured after suspect's ambush. Segregationist former Alabama Governor John Patterson dies at 99. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Burkina Faso attack, more than 130 killed in village raid. U.S. to stop seizing reporters' records and leak investigations. Nigeria's Twitter ban, government orders prosecution of violators. Ceuta and Melilla, Spain's enclaves in North Africa. G7, rich nations back deal to tax multinationals. Sardinian sand theft leaves dozens facing fines of up to €3,000. U.S. gun laws, judge overturns California assault weapons ban. Indigenous schools, Trudeau tells Catholic Church to take responsibility. Putin sees double standard in U.S. Capitol riot prosecutions. Microsoft says error caused tank mapping censorship. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Denying Nicole Hannah-Jones' tenure will have dire repercussions for UNC, faculty warn. Pakistan observes World Environment Day. Today in history for June 6. AP Top Stories June 5. I will protect my brother's name, family of Minneapolis man killed by deputies demand accountability. First cruise ship since pandemic is set to depart Venice, Italy. New NASA chief doesn't think UFOs are an optical illusion, according to interview. California plans grand reopening, but emergency will remain. Florida's DeSantis criticizes CDC on cruises. Latest COVID-19 updates. Hong Kong activist Chow Hang-Toon released from detention. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Earth, Wind and Fire headlines: drive-in concert at Rose Bowl to raise money to fight MEAS. After judge overturns California assault weapons ban, state officials vow to fight back. Earthquake, swarm of Templars, including magnitude 5.2 quake, hits Imperial County. Whittier police shoot and kill man they say was armed with a gun. Gavin Newsom's Wheel of Vaccine Fortune, when a game show is as good a metaphor as any. Column, their Venice home feels unsafe. They blame public officials, not homeless Angelenos. Could Antonio Villaraigosa come back to the Los Angeles mayor's office? As wildfires decimate the giant sequoia, California faces unprecedented loss. Need help ditching your car for a train or bus? Meet an LA public transit superfan. LA Teachers Union to vote on urging U.S. to cut aid to Israel, sparking controversy. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, June 5th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. We were deceived. Hundreds protest in Venice at return of giant cruise ships. Japanese convenience stores and fast food chains will be obliged to charge for disposable plastic spoons, straws and forks from spring 2022 under legislation passed June 4th by the Diet to cut down on such garbage, an issue that has gained global prominence. China forced to ration electricity after Australian coal ban. Israeli soldiers, settlers brutally assault Palestinian in Hebron. Israeli police arrested Al Jazeera reporter in East Jerusalem. Global food prices surged to their highest level in a decade. Experts say Trudeau's acknowledgement of indigenous genocide could have legal impacts. Turkish drone strike on Iraqi refugee camp kills 3. Elephants wandered hundreds of miles into a Chinese city, nobody knows why. Vaccinating the world, 2 billion shots done, 13 billion to go. Canadian flight prices plummet as airlines use tactic to lure travelers back, expert says. Armed assailants killed around 100 civilians in an overnight attack on a village in northern Burkina Faso. The attackers struck during the night on Friday, killing residents of the village of Salhan in Yagit province bordering Niger. They also burned homes and the market. Muslims in Austria fear attacks after government publishes Islam map of mosques and Muslim associations. India, in violation of COVID lockdown, several Madhya Panchayats, mega rallies, held in support of those arrested for lynching a Muslim man, some with 50,000 people in attendance. Vancouver Catholic Archbishop apologizes to Indigenous communities for churches rolling residential schools. The next headlines are from Forbes. The 25 most popular movies on Netflix in 2021, update, June 5th. Ethiopia on the brink of famine. Nigeria has banned Twitter along with these other countries. Iran's return won't spoil push to $80 oil. The 25 most popular shows on Netflix in 2021, update, June 5th. Judge strikes down California's assault weapon ban as part of his crusade facilitating mass killings. After another disappointing season, it's time for the Indiana Pacers to make changes. Wyoming to lead the coal to nuclear transition. Trump says GOP will retake Congress, White House sooner than you think in fundraising video. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez endorses Maya Wiley for NYC mayor. The next headlines are from Nature.com. WHO approval of Chinese CoronaVac COVID vaccine will be crucial to curbing pandemic. Attraction and repulsion cooperate during brain circuit wiring. A complete human genome sequence is close, how scientists filled in the gaps. Education outreach can inspire the next generation of scientists. First science advisor in U.S. President's cabinet talks COVID, spying and more. Antibody-laden nasal spray could provide COVID protection and treatment. How fit can you get? These blood proteins hold a clue. 6 months of COVID vaccines, what 1.7 billion doses have taught scientists. Coronapod, uncertainty and the COVID lab leak theory. More than 1/3 of heat deaths blamed on climate change. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,709,829,859 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. The Weekend tops Juno Awards opening night winners. Gone Girl actor Lisa Baines in critical condition after hit-and-run scooter accident. Cat Williams says there is no cancel culture on Joe Budden podcast. Nudo Mixed co-director Angeles Cruz on migration, poverty, the plight of women and their next project exclusive. George A. Romero short about an African-American father and son to be restored exclusive. Earth, Wind and Fire gets the party grooving at the drive-in to erase Ms. Gila, raising $1.4 million. In the Heights director John M. Chu on filmed in-person live screening, like I'm waking up from some crazy dream. Queer Utah agents talk LGBTQ+ representation in Hollywood. Composer Nicholas Brittle on creating the haunting score of the Underground Railroad. Box office, The Conjuring 3 feet creeping past A Quiet Place Part 2. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Gunmen kill at least 100 in Burkina Faso's deadliest attack in years. Department of Justice says it will no longer seize reporters' records in investigating leaks. The ship sinking off Sri Lanka looks like a lasting environmental disaster. A student was denied his diploma for wearing the Mexican flag at graduation. Overseas bank help recover IRS stimulus checks to non-Americans. It didn't go well. The G7 nations agreed to make big tech companies pay their fair share of taxes. Monuments and teams have changed names as America reckons with racism. Birds are next. An enormous rainbow mural graces the National Building Museum laundering Pride Month. The Taliban are getting stronger in Afghanistan as US and NATO forces exit. Silenced on Facebook and Twitter, Trump is set to speak out again on campaign trail. The following headlines are from The Week. Ocasio-Cortez reveals top choice in New York mayoral race. Mark Meadows reportedly asked acting AG to investigate fantastical election conspiracy theory involving Italy. Elections expert genuinely doesn't understand Democrat voting rights legislation strategy. Psaki says no one at White House aware of Justice Department's gag order only, NIDI, subpoenas. Yellen's crucial role in G7 tax agreement shows multilateralism is back, EU official says. Trump appointees get tax bill. Nigeria banned Twitter over president's deleted tweet. Another, Master and Commander movie is finally on the way. Puzzles, Printable Crossword and Sudoku, issue, June 11, 2021. Solutions, Crossword and Sudoku, issue, June 11, 2021. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Texas activists are working to free Palestine but obstacles abound. Texas Observer announces finalists in the 15th Annual Mali Journalism Prizes. The next headlines are from Universe Today. What would it take to see artificial lights of Proxima Centauri B? New mosaic shows the galactic core from opposite sides of the electromagnetic spectrum. Another delay for Webb, but this time it's because of the rocket, not the telescope. What comes after photographing a black hole's event horizon? Could we see the photon ring? These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, June 5th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Rastaban and Eltonin, the Dragon's Eyes, on June evenings. Listening to Save the North Atlantic Right Whale. Webb Space Telescope launch delayed. Giant planets live in the suburbs. Whales make rainbows. Come to know the Summer Triangle. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. G7 seals breakthrough deal to tax global companies. Vestager dodges tough questions on U.S. spy scandal. EU, UK open antitrust probes into Facebook's use of advertising data. FBI abandons demand for info on readers of story on agent shooting. Ocasio-Cortez backs Wiley in New York mayor's race. Senate Sergeant at Arms, more concerned about cyber attack than January 6th repeat. Justice Department vows to end court order seeking journalists' data and leak probes. Republicans want to change state election laws. Here's how they're doing it. Cyber attack on food supply followed years of warnings. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Victoria COVID live updates. Victoria awaits new case numbers as lockdown continues. Hunt ongoing for origins of Melbourne Delta variant outbreak. Police stop travel to regions. It's going to feel very cold. Polar blast brings rain, snow to southeast Australia. Sydney priest, police officer charged with possessing child abuse material. The Archibald of Arcup American League Division Series, the best portrait in 100 years. No jab, no say, either join the fight to keep us all safe, or stop complaining. Botox kisses, how injectables became an open secret. I won't take a backward step, Luai says he's ready for Maroon's ambush. For we are one and safe, how Australia surrenders its liberty by tiptoeing around press freedom. Make your point without stooping so low, Ithabatros calls out Michael Kroger's cancel culture attack. Joining the dots between the Queen's racism scandal, Meghan and other women scorned. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Wall Street Journal, private equity group reaches deal to buy Medline for over $30 billion. This man became financially independent at 36 and says the key to happiness is owning your own time. Mutual Funds Weekly, these money and investing tips can shine some light through the stock market's June gloom. Newswatch, the S&P 500 would be below 1,600 without these three pillars and those supports are now weakening. The big move, I'm sick of the Arizona heat. I want to move to a place with low humidity and a low cost of living, and I don't want to move to a blue state. Help me retire. Retirement? How? I'm 65, have nothing saved and am coming out of bankruptcy. Mark Hulbert, why stocks could tumble even as the post-pandemic U.S. economy grows. Bookwatch, summer reading, get better at work, money and retirement. Here's what employers are not allowed to do to entice workers to get COVID-19 vaccinations. Outside the box, how much can I spend in retirement? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Universities in the innovation ecosystem, Sunday Observer. Report, Google's next radical Pixel 2 get a major display upgrade, Forbes. Hong Kong approves first standard patent by original grant, Big News Network. Guest column, the ins and outs of small business patents, Albert Lee Tribune. Teladoc sues Avail startup for telemedicine console royalties, Bloomberg Law. The World Environment Day and the Brazilian PTO's green patent program, Lixology. Biorights co-ownership theories rejected by Federal Circuit, the National Law Review. Patent Prosecution Highway Program extended between Kippo and Vietnam IP Office, Intellectual Property, Worldwide, Mondac News Alerts. Updated regulations on filing patents and petty patents in Laos, Intellectual Property, Thailand, Mondac News Alerts. IPWE announces Advisory Committee for University Technology Transfer led by Ian McClure of the University of Kentucky, Messenger Inquirer. The next headlines are from Quartz. Everything you need to know about ransomware. How Masterclass became the style master of MOOCs. Weekend edition, How to Stop Cyber Attacks, Reparations Done Wrong, Africa's Digital Currencies. Telehealth fraud has cheated the US of billions in the pandemic. Was Google right not to fire Kamwa Bob over his anti-Semitic blog post? The pandemic has hit Latino and Black Americans the hardest. Trump can return to Facebook in time for the next presidential election. How will we know we've recovered from the pandemic? Nearly half of all college students are now considering careers in health or science. There's a clear lesson in the COVID-19 lab leak theory. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, May 30th, June 5th. Following D.C. Circuit ruling in public records case, new request demands Senate Intel Committee reveal full Central Intelligence Agency torture report. Content moderation case study, Roblox tries to deal with adult content on a platform used by many kids, 2020. Newly released body cam footage shows Louisiana state troopers beating a man to death. Supreme Court finally limits widely abused computer hacking law, but just a bit. Small-town police chief hit with actual criminal charges after threatening a critic with bogus criminal charges. Daily Deal, the All-Star Mac bundle featuring Parallels Pro. As Western democracies ramp up efforts to censor social media, Russia appears to feel emboldened to do more itself. Worried about TracFone merger approval, Verizon pretends it didn't exploit COVID emergency program. Google, Facebook and Chaos Computer Club join to fight new German law allowing government spies and police to use Trojans against innocent citizens. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Kawhi Leonard. Naomi Wolf. Nebraska baseball. LSU baseball. Wegovy. F1. Zayn Malik. Serena Williams. Alicia Silverstone. Tankman. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Department of Justice says it will no longer seize reporters' records as White House denies knowledge of gag order against New York Times. Watch, Christian Orthodox Church demolished in Bosnia after Bosniak woman who owns the land wins 20-year legal battle. 5 killed, 15 injured in street knife rampage in eastern China. Satirical site Babylon Bee demands NIT retract defamatory attack equating its humor to misinformation. We are totally united on it, England boss Southgate says his side are prepared to ignore any boost to take knee at Euro 2020. I understand the difficulties, Putin backs Qatar for World Cup 2022, says Euro 2020 games in Russia highlight return to normal. You couldn't make it up if you tried, Twitter censors at home, but calls access to platform a human right in Nigeria. Turkey strikes Iraqi refugee camp that Erdogan threatened to target, Kurds say civilians killed, reports. Rand Paul says he and his family have received death threats as result of clashes with Fauci on COVID-19. It would be deserved, Paul Pogba backs calls for N'Golo Kante to win the Ballon d'Or after dragging Chelsea to European glory. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Watch, Delta flight attendant tackles would-be hijacker. A couple things about inflation. Hong Kong parking spot sells for record-breaking $1.3 million. The case of Joe Rogan, vaccine policy and freedom of speech. Unloading a revolver into the head of any white person, Yale features violent, racist diatribe by psychiatrist. Undetected Chinese fishing fleet suspected of invading Argentina's waters, report. 3 U.S. senators visit Taiwan Sunday in another shot across China's bow. Blame crappy software and bad security for ransomware, not Bitcoin. Stonks on the moon, there's now children's book based on the GameStop short squeeze. Tanked man image search showed no results on Bing due to human error, Microsoft claims. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Nigerians breaking Twitter ban rules could be prosecuted. Al Jazeera denounces Israeli assault and arrest of its journalist. What to expect from Iran's presidential election. Dutch woman and 3 children repatriated from Syrian ISIL camp. Iran's presidential candidates clash amid disqualification row. Israel releases Al Jazeera journalist after hours-long arrest. Zimbabwe's elephant culling plan stirs debate. Several killed as Myanmar forces fight villagers in Delta region. U.S. Justice Dept says it will no longer seize reporters' records. Unfathomable, activists renew call to end U.S. aid to Israel. The next headlines are from Breitbart. North Carolina student denied high school diploma after wearing Mexican flag over graduation gown. Exclusive, GOP leader Kevin McCarthy calls on Anthony Fauci to step down, let's find a person we can trust. Exclusive Senator Roger Marshall, Anthony Fauci's damning emails proves he should resign. Left-wing Catholic paper accuses U.S. bishops of worshipping at MAGA church. Report, Tesla crashes in China after accelerating by itself. Marco Rubio, Biden must fire Dr. Fauci if he actually believes in science. Malioticus, we need to see unredacted Fauci emails on Wuhan lab. Brooks, I'm dubious Harris can do much on immigration, seems Biden just wants to increase public pressure. GOP Rep Lugar, if we want to address root causes of border problems, bring back Remain in Mexico policy. Report, Amazon's delivery algorithm directs drivers to walk into traffic. The next headlines are from UPI News. Excited lottery winner leaves gas station with pump still in car. Hong Kong parking space sells for $1.3 million, sets new world record. Watch, black bear gets trapped inside parked car in Tennessee. Watch, raccoon invades armored vehicle at U.S. Army base. Watch, wallet lost at theater returned to woman 46 years later. Watch, Among Us-shaped McNugget sells for nearly $100,000. Look, firefighters rescue horse from neighbor's pool in Australia. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 2, Psalm 1-01 Extraterrestrial Entities and Technology, Recovery and Disposal Top Secret Magic Eyes Only. Part 1, Whatever Department of Defense reports about UFO UAPs by June 25, 2021, read the Psalm 1-01 MJ12 Special Operations Manual for facts. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Dad hilariously struggles to keep triplets from climbing furniture, watch. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Concerned farmer uses drone to check on sick calf. Long-lost sisters reunite and discover their tattoos, jobs, and hobbies match exactly. Brave 7-year-old boy swims an hour to rescue his dad and little sister. U.S. suspends oil and gas leases in one of nation's largest wilderness areas. Moving your sleep time an hour earlier could cut depression risk by 23%, study says. NASA image shows the spectacular beauty of the Milky Way's downtown. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, June 5th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Texas mother charged after she snuck into school pretending to be daughter. Wallet lost at theater returned to woman 46 years later. Heinz will reward those in traffic, driving at speed of its ketchup, 0.045 kilometers per hour. NetherRealm Studios issues apology for inappropriate injustice to Pride event where players had to beat up a bisexual woman. Heroic rat retires after sniffing out 71 deadly landmines, today's news. A nearly bear escape attempt. Druggie tried fooling cops by turning into his father. Florida man's stand your ground defense rejected in iguana killing. Korean designer creates third eye for smartphone zombies. A raccoon infiltrates an armored vehicle at a United States Army base, today's news. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Microsoft's first GPT-3 product hints at the commercial future of OpenAI. This Arduino and ESP32 training will have you building a galaxy of IoT devices for under $25. The sun's atmosphere is way hotter than its surface, here's why. Facebook says Trump's ban could end before 2024 presidential election. Ring to make police video requests public, as long as you give Amazon your data. How to play irritating WhatsApp voice messages faster. Watch awesome dad build electric wooden Lamborghini for his son. Nobody's listening to your bad audio. This in-depth audio production training can help. What to expect from Apple's WWDC conference this year. Only 39% of Americans would switch to an iPhone. Here's why. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Computer simulations of the brain can predict language recovery in stroke survivors. Study of past South Asian monsoons suggests stronger monsoon rainfall in the future. Why scientists want to solve an underground mystery about where microbes live. Beyond synthetic biology, synthetic ecology boosts health by engineering the environment. Mining-related deforestation in the Amazon. Fungus creates a fast track for carbon. Magnetism drives metals to insulators in new experiment. New form of silicon could enable next-gen electronic and energy devices. Bacteria are connected to how babies experience fear. Food scientists aim to make plant-based protein tastier and healthier. The next headlines are from Information Week. Ancestry's DevOps strategy to control its CI/CD pipeline. The future of supercomputers, democratization is critical. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, June 5th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA awards universities $1.20 for space station, suborbital research. NASA administrator statement on meeting with Roscosmos. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Salt Lake City will offer gender-affirming surgery to city workers. Losing 3-1 last year forged a group of jazz players who trust each other, and the team plays better as a result. For the first time since the pandemic began, downtown Farmers Market reopens to its normal array of vendors and crowds. Adult vaccination rates in Utah exceed national average. David Brooks, all Americans could be living longer, healthier lives. Cole Stangler, France is becoming more like America, it's terrible. The best way to explore the beauty of St. George, hit the Mayor's Loop. QAnon, the big lie, what might it take to get Latter-day Saints to stop believing in them? GOP rival Becky Edwards slams Mike Lee as too strident, says Trump was rightfully impeached. Trailblazing former Utah legislator Beverly White, champion of the underdog, dies at age 92. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. El Salvador, world's first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender? How reliable are modern CPUs? Giant diamonds may hold the key to super deep earthquakes. Google releases open source Insights dependency visualization tool. GCC will no longer require copyrights be assigned to the FSF. FBI demands IP addresses for readers of a newspaper story during a 35-minute window. GitHub honors class of 2021 with GitHub yearbook and GitHub graduation ceremony. Florida's government may have ignored and withheld data about COVID-19 cases. Denmark Parliament approves giant artificial island off Copenhagen. Apple, Mozilla, Google, Microsoft form group to standardize browser plugins. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Woman on motorcycle killed in crash with semi-truck on I-270. Anheuser-Busch teams up with White House in their Let's Grab a Beer campaign. Early morning fatal hit and run on the McKinley Bridge. Why is my tax refund taking so long? Kansas City man charged after entering U.S. Capitol during January 6 riot. Cardinals lose Kim early, late rally falls short against Reds. Suspected road rage shooter in custody thanks to quick-thinking 11-year-old. Baldwin man accused of nearly stabbing a man to death recaptured and recharged. I feel like I'm living a nightmare, Mizzou soccer player mourns loss of both parents to COVID. Billboards of unsolved double murder go up around St. Louis. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Delta flight diverted after passenger attempts to breach cockpit. Fallen detectives were Academy sweethearts, athletic stars. Cluster of quakes, including one over magnitude 5, felt east of San Diego. News Now, detectives lost, gun ban overturned and more top stories. More than 3,900 marijuana plants seized from illegal grow site. 60-year-old fatally struck by car in El Cajon identified. Chula Vista set to launch app to help small business, reward customers. Accused Poway synagogue shooter agrees to plea deal. San Diego man denies murder charges in pair of gang shootings. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Emilia Clarke is reportedly playing a spy in Secret Invasion. 2023 BMW 7 Series spy photos show the future of BMW luxury. Report, Israel's spy and attack drones invade Gaza skies. Is someone stalking you? Tiny trackers make it alarmingly easy. Tens of Israel's spy and attack drones invade Gaza skies. Vladimir Putin warns MI6 boss, just live your life and stop worrying about Russia. The surprising way Jennifer Garner once helped the Central Intelligence Agency. BMW X7 facelift spied flaunting quirky design update at the ring. Spy, former All Black sells his underwear around the world, NZ Herald. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Pentagon plans to use rockets to drop cargo from space. U.S. Air Force shares fascinating video of HH-60G during Gunsmoke 2021. U.S. Army releases details of its fiscal year 2022 budget proposal. U.S. Army researchers, soldiers test new electro-optics technologies. U.S. Marine Corps awards contract to Northrop Grumman for XM914E1 chain guns. U.S. Army taps Textron systems for second set of eyes. U.S. Army selects Oshkosh Defense to integrate 30mm cannon onto Stryker. U.S. State Department approves $3.5 billion Apache Hilo sale to Australia. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Hong Kongers fight to keep memory of Tiananmen alive despite second ban on Victoria Park vigil. Trendy Chinese toy retailer Pop Mart under fire for sexist questions in job interviews. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, June 5, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Suspect arrested in connection with attempted homicide in Santa Clara. 2 arrested for possession of fentanyl. San Francisco City Hall set to reopen. Working from home trend won't go away with the COVID pandemic, survey shows. Got old, even broken, gadgets lying around? This website will pay you cash for them. No suspect in San Jose's 19th homicide of 2021. Toddler dies after being left in car while mom tended to marijuana plants, police. California woman reunited with lost wallet 46 years later. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Frida Kahlo exhibit opens at the College of DuPage, and here's what not to miss. Constable, bored dad takes up figure skating and wins honors. Busey Woods boat launch among improvements for people with disabilities. State, 48% of people 12 and older now fully vaccinated. Man charged after ramming, shooting at vehicle on Roosevelt Road in Glen Ellen. North Aurora man faces felony charges in Woodman shooting. Arietta sick, disagreement erupts in dugout as Cubs lose second straight in SF. Ex-Glendale Heights president, candidate asked DuPage court to overturn April's election. New gift shop opens in former J.J. Blinker's space in downtown Antioch. Minnesota man charged in 1972 murder of 15-year-old Naperville girl. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Felony charges filed against man accused of kicking dog to death in Seattle. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclone CHOI, WAN, 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Kenya. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, June 5th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cipher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Mapping China by the Numbers, the Role of International Cooperation. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Community members rally together to honor George Floyd's life and show support for his family. Power outages reported in Montgomery County after small, but intense thunderstorm. CCA Star Tournament adopts new style after impacts from winter freeze. U.S. on track to fall short of Biden's July 4th vaccine goal to get 70% of adults partially vaccinated. 1 dead following early morning shooting at Greenway Plaza Hotel, authorities say. VA school once named after Confederate soldier now honors hidden figure Katherine Johnson. HS student denied diploma for wearing Mexican flag over gown at graduation. Original rainbow flag returns home to San Francisco after being lost for more than 40 years. Belmont Stakes 2021, horses, time, what to know. Woman's boyfriend and 3 kids found after going missing after she's found dead at an Houston apartment. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Phillies Harper returns to lineup. J.D. Martinez scratched with sore wrist for Red Sox vs Yanks. Tim Herron shoots 9 under 63 to take 4-shot lead in Iowa. Writing spiel not only painful for Ad Ortiz Jr., costly. The latest, essential quality remains Belmont favorite. Clippers in LA for Game 7 vs Mavs in series without home win. Packers CEO says teams fans divided on Rodgers situation. DeBoer, former top forward line identity of Golden Knights. Skubal wins consecutive starts, Tigers beat Chiefs 4-3. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. In surprise announcement, AOC backs Maya Wiley as her first choice for NYC mayor. Maya Wiley racks up more progressive endorsements, but left remains divided. Extra extra, the biggest real estate bargain right now, Trump building apartments. NY State pushes to drop masks for schools, NYC says no thank you. Stringer accused of sexual harassment by second woman. After a long pandemic delay, Lai Nguyen's delicious Vietnamese comfort food arrives in Dumbo. Man, it's gonna be a hot one. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. East Village's Odessa restaurant is up for sale on Craigslist. Broadway will be back this fall, but theater safety protocols are still up in the air. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Infrastructure expands in Brazil despite crises. Fresh air, clean water. The pandemic should not leave developing countries without a voice or vote. Digital rights key to inclusive post-pandemic recovery, UN experts. Let's talk about sex discussion highlights risk to women. Canada, UN independent experts call for full-fledged investigations into mass grave at Indigenous school. UN launches decade on ecosystem restoration to counter triple environmental emergency. Still time to reverse damage to ravaged ecosystems, declares UN chief, marking World Environment Day. From non-aligned to one-aligned. UN Health Agency urges nations to donate 250 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Colorado Springs woman who nearly died after Johnson & Johnson vaccine pushing for change. The notorious London spy school churning out the world's top journalists. Video, Minneapolis rioter cannot even remember the name of the person he's writing for. Heart inflammation following COVID-19 vaccine in teens being investigated. Video, a vindicated Rand Paul decimates Fauci over emails. Electric car batteries are turning this country into an actual hellscape. Poll, majority of Americans believe COVID came from Wuhan lab, a quarter believe it was released on purpose. Ex-CDC director threatened after he said COVID-19 originated in a lab. Biden's disastrous infrastructure bill. Twitter bans denial of violent events but only where protected categories were primary victims. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Microsoft says Tankman image blocking due to human error. TikTok video show life on a ghost ship in empty world. Did 9/11 lead to the creation of 50 Shades of Grey? The Lion of Gripsholm. Did Among Us shaped chicken nuggets sell for almost $100K? Is Trump considering a run for House Speaker? Justice Department says it'll no longer seize reporters' records. Did Woody Harrelson's father kill a Texas judge in 1979? where metformin drugs were called due to cancer-causing compound? The NBA awaits a new champion, and the path is wide open. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Viral posts, pundits distort Fauci emails. Understanding Pennsylvania's proposed bill on handling fetal remains. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Nevada Gov bans racist sundown sirens. Tristan Bailey suspect's mom tried to wash his bloody jeans, prosecutor says. Shame Department of Justice says it will stop snooping on reporters in leak hunts. These lightweight hiking shoes are perfect for any terrain. My gym has reopened but I'm not going back, here's why. Bill Maher mocks MAGA truthers with meth teeth and Mike Pence earrings. If America were a foreign country, we'd know its democracy is dying. Europe's pettiness is F-wording up the summer. The vacation for a person with no chill. When Hillary Duff said so gay PSA ended homophobia. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Giovanni Moscone, famed NYC restaurateur, dead at 85. NYPD searching for F-train groper. Probe into murder of mom in Greece stalls over lack of DNA evidence. Kardashian pal Joe Francis arrested on domestic violence charges last year, report. Suspected drunk driver dies in police custody in Brooklyn, cops. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. NASA to return to Venus with 2 missions by 2030. Snapshot Curiosity sees glowing clouds on Mars. The sky this week. A ring of fire eclipse. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. CDC says hospitalizations rising in teens with COVID. How to watch next week's Ring of Fire solar eclipse. Record-breaking heat threatens Midwest and Northeast. CDC report shows rise in teen COVID hospitalizations. FBI steps up response as ransomware attacks rise. U.S. report finds no evidence UFO swear alien spacecraft. SpaceX launches new solar panels to space station. 7 asteroids are zooming past Earth this week. Pace of U.S. vaccinations lag as Biden pushes to reach July 4th deadline. SpaceX launches solar arrays and science equipment to space station. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Back on the rally trail, Trump stumps in NC at state's GOP convention. Teen suspect's mother arrested in killing of 13-year-old Florida girl. Man pleads guilty to setting fires at Shakespeare Theater. Microsoft claims human error led to no results for Tiananmen Square tank man. Over a dozen journalists detained in Berlin environmental protest. FBI offers $10,000 reward for information on boy found dead near Las Vegas hiking trail. First post-COVID cruise ship leaves Venice amid environmental protests. Teen fatally shot by Honolulu police was struck in back of the head, records show. G7 backsteps to deter tax dodging by multinational firms. 2 men guilty of abducting, killing Minneapolis real estate agent, 3 others awaiting trial. The following headlines are from military.com. Global war on ransomware, hurdles hinder the U.S. response. Microsoft says tank man image blocking due to human error. U.S. judge overturns California's ban on assault weapons. U.S. Navy to christen ship named for Australian capital. Navy quietly rolls out first maternity flight suits. Legion official resigns over censored Memorial Day speech. It may be the end of the line for the Navy's hypervelocity projectile. The Army is putting 30mm autocannons on more Stryker vehicles. Army veterans audio cut when describing Black people's role in Memorial Day. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. Where the coronavirus data stands in the U.S. and world, vaccinations, cases and deaths. Illinois Bridge Phase Metrics, daily updates on trends in coronavirus cases, deaths, hospitalizations and vaccinations, and progress toward full reopening. Illinois COVID-19 Vaccine Tracker, 34,066 additional people fully vaccinated for a total of 5,381,428, 42.24% of the state's population including 76.06% of those over 65, 55,505 doses administered yesterday. Daily Illinois coronavirus graphs, 32 new deaths, 538 new confirmed and probable cases and 50,827 new test results. The statewide positivity rate for cases is 1.3%. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 55,505 vaccine doses administered, 538 new cases and 32 deaths reported Saturday. 4 dead, at least 12 wounded in city shootings since Friday evening, police say. I can feel the clouds lifting. Many long-haul COVID patients report improvement post-vaccination, surprising medical experts. Black and Brown Unity Car Parade. Citing divisions in Chicago and nationwide, Obama pitches future presidential center as a bridge to bring communities together. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Biden administration will restore key environmental protections. Indonesian women take on plastic waste brick by brick. Mine-sniffing rat McGraw ends years of hard work in Cambodia. Magnetism drives metals to insulators in new experiment. Social identity within the anti-vaccine movement. Researchers investigate mining-related deforestation in the Amazon. Fungus creates a fast track for carbon. Why scientists want to solve an underground mystery about where microbes live. Beyond synthetic biology, synthetic ecology boosts health by engineering the environment. Substantial carbon dioxide emissions from northern peatlands drained for crop cultivation. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, June 5th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Guerrero hits 18th homer as Blue Jays beat Astros 6-2. Wheeler's 22 points helped spark Sync Sky 68-63. Frey strikes out 10, Indiana State beats Presbyterian 9-2. Rockies place pitcher John Gray on injured list. Molina hurts knee on foul tip as Cardinals lose to Red 5-2. As Alabama eliminates Florida in shocking 19-1 win. Dermot powers Oregon State past McNeese 10-5. Florida State rallies to eliminate Arizona at Women's CWS. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Judge overturns California's 32-year ban on assault weapons. Teen charged with murder in Oakland shooting that occurred 3 weeks after he turned 18. Great America, 5 things to know about South Bay Shores. The latest, Hawaii emails reveal strain over contact tracing. A monumental occasion, San Francisco ceremony honors AIDS victims 40 years after first U.S. cases were recognized. Brand new South Bay Shores water park opens at Great America. Santa Cruz Deputy Health Officer explains county's increased pediatric COVID-19 rate. Slain Santa Cruz County Sergeant honored. Map, 5.3 earthquake in Southern California. Bay Area TV Sports, what to watch on Sunday Monday. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. GoFundMe shutdown fundraiser for AOC's grandmother after troll campaign raises over $100K. Americans strongly favor U.S. government investigating UFOs, poll. World's rarest stamp expected to fetch $15 at Tuesday auction. Fauci dismisses inappropriate, distorted attacks as Republican criticism mounts over emails. Washington and Lee University decides against name change, voices regret for past Confederate ties. Very interesting, Trump intrigued by idea of running for House Speaker. Josh Hawley calls for Dr. Fauci to resign, GOP senator asks for investigation of COVID-19 origins. Consumers rebounding from pandemic face shortages from chicken wings to lumber. White House woos mansion, fossil fuel workers with promises of climate change jobs. Virginia Dems to decide, return McAuliffe or chart new path? The next headlines are from The Intercept. Firefighters denied coverage by Veterans Affairs after exposure to PFAS firefighting foam. Georgia Board of Education votes to censor American history. Race and taxes. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, June 5, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. New marine scale worm species first to provide evidence of male dwarfism. Study of past South Asian monsoon suggests stronger monsoon rainfall in the future. Study finds lower mortality rate for men at high risk for death from prostate cancer who received early post-operative radiation therapy. Lessons from the last pandemic point the way toward universal flu vaccines. Giving brown fat a boost to fight type 2 diabetes. Don't like your greens? Blame it on Brassica domestication. Using HPC and experiment, researchers continue to refine graphene production. New form of silicon could enable next-gen electronic and energy devices. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Shaves for shots as Vax and Relax brings COVID-19 vaccine to Englewood residents, we need this so bad. Sox outfielder Andrew Vaughn returns from injured list. Republicans aim to revive Fauci attacks after email trove released. John McLean's home waters matches well with his father's classic, A River Runs Through It. Carjackings reported in Hyde Park, police. The USFL is back, maybe even in Chicago, it could be just crazy enough to work. Red Star still searching for identity after 4 regular season matches. Mississippi group dedicates memorial to fictional guy and ode to Billy Joe song. Lane Tech baseball players learn new way of getting noticed. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, June 5, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, Tomato Fest and a hot new brunch. Openings and closings, Agnes Cafe debuts, Soto opens quietly. Responding to internet creeps leads to bizarre new shared store reverse. 4 observations from attending Houston Texans OTAs. Flooding threat to continue into early next week. Apple TV Plus's Mythic Quest goes where no video game developer stories have gone before. Houston music vets take a murderous turn. The next headlines are about world records making news. Las Vegas woman breaks world record, crushes watermelons between legs in 7 seconds, Fox 5 Las Vegas. In Florida, 400 singers hope tune breaks world records, Miami Herald. Father who lost sight after cardiac arrest earns Guinness World Record on tandem, Yahoo Eurosport UK. World record in sight, Daredevil to soar without wings at the Moses Lake Air Show on June 17, iFiber 1 News. 25 world records that can be broken in Tokyo Olympics, The Bridge. Tom Brady rookie card sells for world record $3.1 million at public auction, USA Today. 23 years old will hold new Guinness World Record for the tallest stack of M&Ms, the hunts India. Dubai amputee athlete breaks Guinness World Record for longest wall sit, the national. World record for Kaylee Hago at Euro Para Champs, Athletics Weekly. Colchester woman in Three Peaks World Record attempt inspired by late granddad, Gazette. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Matrix 4 cast actress Christina Ricci in undisclosed role. Justice Department says it'll no longer quietly seize reporters' records in leak investigations. Maze Runner's Dylan O'Brien stars in new sci-fi film from Christopher McBride. Cruella sequel gets the green light from Disney. Dwayne Johnson to produce new action film starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Some of the best Easter eggs hidden in sites across the web. The American Museum of Natural History's Gems and Minerals halls get a dazzling upgrade. Frightened turns abandon 1,500 eggs after a rogue drone crash landed on nesting island. AMC's CEO apparently didn't bother to put on pants for this YouTube interview. This new documentary on Peanuts creator Charles Schulz looks like a security blanket for your soul. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amity in Iran at 123.8 degrees Fahrenheit or 51 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 98.5 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 72.5 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The best early Prime Day deal gives $10 Amazon credit with a $40 gift card. Reducing poverty can actually lower energy demand, finds research. Kind of crazy how the booming U.S. used car market is driving inflation. There's hope for American movie theaters after all. Early adopters of Chinese vaccines see case surges, China plows ahead anyway. Puppy's ability to communicate with people is present almost from birth. Live blog, all the news from Apple's WWDC 2021 keynote on 6/7 at 10 a.m. This is not a drill, VMware phone with 9.8 severity rating is under attack. Yes, the military is serious about rocketing supplies around the planet. Deleted Nintendo floppy recovered 26 years later, full of earthbound secrets. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Georgia Republican censured for fecklessness because he didn't go along with Trump's big lie, report. 150 firefighters battle massive 6-alarm fire in downtown Phoenix. Jim Acosta hilariously roasts Trump for wasting away again in Mar-a-Lagaville. Bush strategist reveals the only way GOP can get out of this corrupt, incompetent place Trump put them in. Michael Flynn's brother assumes command of U.S. Army Pacific, report. Nevada finally bans racist sundown sirens originally used to order 9 white people out of town. Trump still hasn't conceded he lost in 2020, but is returning to the stage as he flirts with 2024 bid. Watch, crimes Louis DeJoy may be charged with broken down by former FBI official. Matt Gaetz is using Trump's playbook during investigation, and it could blow up in his face, ex-prosecutor. Texas Attorney General admits Trump would have lost the state in 2020 if he hadn't blocked mail-in voting. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Nigeria bans Twitter just days after the company deleted one of its president's tweets. Emails show Mark Meadows pushed the Department of Justice to investigate election fraud conspiracy theories. Protests erupt in Minneapolis again after man shot and killed by U.S. Marshals. A federal judge overturned California's assault weapons ban, and likened AR-15s to Swiss Army knives. Climate-fueled wildfires inspire a new lifeline for homeless families. Investigation. Wait, who are the internet stars at this White House social media briefing? Facebook will extend Trump ban until at least 2023. Pence says he doesn't see eye to eye with Trump on the insurrection that tried to kill him. Don McGahn is finally testifying about Trump's obstruction. In other words, the cover-up worked. Zombie fires in the Arctic are an environmental time bomb. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The truth is, still, out there in UFO capital Roswell, New Mexico, OPB News. We need a plan if we find out we are not alone, Bloomberg Quint. U.S. intelligence officials have no evidence confirming Navy pilot UFO encounters were alien spacecraft, CNN. Awaiting the WHUFO report, Kelly Smith explores the social conceptual ethical issues surrounding life in space, Newswise. Aliens likely aren't visiting Earth, but scientists believe they're out there. Here's how they're searching for intelligent life, USA Today. Report that does not confirm, or rule out, extraterrestrial activity in unexplained aerial events, The Washington Post. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Hippocampal cell communication is bidirectional, study, The Scientist. Cain Velasquez, Mike Tyson, other pro athletes leading psychedelic revolution, The Athletic. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, June 5, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. NASA to study UFOs UAP. UFOs, alien technology cannot be ruled out, concedes new report. Stanton Friedman's Out of This World exhibit to open at Fredericton Region Museum. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, June 5, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.